Goodbye, brother.
No, you don't, Megatron!
Out of the way, Hot Rod!
Oh. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, shit, what just happened? You're in the show? Everyone... Wait, what?
You know, it's a minor qualm. It's definitely not a deal breaker or anything like that.
No, it is clear that I have defeated you in intellectual combat. Hand over your channel and your ass.
Okay. That was weird.
That was your punishment.
I was left alone. Oh, that was weird. I was like left alone in here all of a sudden. Like, wait, what's going on? Where'd everyone go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So welcome to the Comic Crypt podcast. I am the Holy Ninja Toe. Your turn.
Oh, I'm Genghis Khan.
Yeah, and we're gonna be covering, and me and us and a few other us and the regular crew is gonna cover Wonder Woman, our first comic book run. That we're covering a whole run. We're covering the run by George Perez of Wonder Woman. So let's get the rest of the crew going. So starting with.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire.
And now
Hello.
Iran will block us.
Who cares about Iran?
Yeah, and now finally
The Iranians, but who cares about them?
Yeah. And now to join us, to round us, the four gods of the Themyscirans. The star of the show. We actually got Wonder Woman's co-star.
Have you ever heard of a man named Shar Aznable? Now, well, I, Quattro Vagina, am not Shar Aznable. I heard that he was a pretty good man.
Unfortunately, I am Steve Trevor, although Quattro Regina, I've heard, is a very good man.
I heard he's a pretty good friend. He would never betray anyone.
That is true.
Have you seen his abs? It's a 12-pack.
Hello, I'm not the last one.
You guys aren't gonna fool me with this shit.
Hey. So we are covering what to some people is like the definitive Wonder Woman run.
Really?
Yes, this is like out of all the times that I people talk about Wonder Woman in terms of comic book runs, George Perez is like the first one. In fact, the only one, other than like the current writer.
Huh.
And New 52.
Okay.
So, what are your guys' experience reading this book? The first 9 issues. We did have to shrink down the reading list because I found out that issue 10 through 12 was in the middle of a story arc.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I liked it for what it was. I don't know. I kind of still like the Wonder Woman movies more, but that's just because that's my main exposure to Wonder Woman. Though I like what I read.
Well, I It's.
I'll let Nick
Oh,
go first.
go ahead. I was just gonna say it's very strange going back to something as very
No, go ahead.
basic. Oh, am I not
Oh,
talking?
I think there's a delay between us and Nick.
Oh. Well, it's like I will say it's kind of a surprise going back to something as basic as a run as this, but that is not to say that it is bad at all. It is good. It is a really enjoyable. It's very enjoyable starting point for who is considered the big three of DC.
You, Nick?
All right.
So it is really basic because and I don't want to say I didn't enjoy it. It's just it felt quick. Like I felt like things were going by the number. Like it didn't feel like it felt to me like the story was basically what it was doing. It was basically just. It didn't feel like the story was. I'm trying to think of the right word. I felt like how things were like introduced. It felt like it was. It was like it was like when you do a reboot of a story and you want to do like some major like events happen quick, so that way you can get into new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of because it's like Cheetah was like only had like one issue of build up, and I didn't really get like a proper like like her rivalry with Wonder Woman felt forced. Like it felt like what I don't understand why. Yeah, rushed. It felt like I don't understand why Minerva wanted to was like angry at Wonder Woman specifically.
It didn't really feel like a rivalry at all. I just felt like it's like it really Cheetah felt like a one-off villain, like kind of like a monster of the week, but for a comic.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here's Cheetah now.
So my experience reading this is that I did not expect the first 6 issues to feel more like one continuous story. That was my experience, and what I found, I liked what's going on. This was definitely feeling like building blocks are being set up, where it's like where we solve like the big problem, the Wonder Woman's major enemy. That is like the first enemy you have to take care of, and what's his deal is. And then we set up like the mission of the mission statement of the Wonder Woman comic. What's her role in the world? And and it's quite hard to judge this, like without knowing the background. Like Nart told me today, a lot of the background stuff. So let's just get into the background. So first off, so like this was taking place within the same year. I said 87. It could be like a year earlier, or like, was it 87?
It was, I believe it was, yeah, I believe it was very early 87.
Yeah. Okay. So essentially, the whole DC, like, this was the first comic, Wonder Woman comic, after Crisis of Infinite Earths. And Crisis of Infinite Earths, Cengiz, do you know what the importance of Crisis of Infinite Earths is?
Not really. All I know is that's the big event everyone always talks about in DC. Like that's like I don't know. I'm probably gonna get flack for this, but this is because how little my comic knowledge is. It's like I guess it's like comparable to like the Infinity War for DC or bigger.
Well,
It's a
sort
bigger
of.
it's a bigger scale, but the biggest impact of Crisis of Infinite Earths was that it was the first major reboot of the DC universe.
Yeah.
Like this was a full
So-
reset. It's like not like the New 52 or the other crises events that happened afterwards. This was
wasn't a full reboot.
Yeah, this was a full-on reboot. So during this year, Superman was being rebooted by John Byrne in his Man of Steel comic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And like John Byrne, if you don't know, he was the artist with Chris Claremont on the original X-Men run. He was the artist of the Dark Phoenix saga.
Oh.
Like, so he is like an acclaimed comic artist. And then this was during the time where Frank Miller is working on Batman, and then also Dennis O'Neil is working with him.
Okay.
And so George Perez was actually, I'll let Not explain the story on this one.
All right. So directly after Infinite Crisis wrapped up, a story he did with Marv Wolfman, which they've collaborated long before with New Teen Titans. Perez was looking to take a break after a while as DC started restructuring itself. Restructuring itself after the event. And so throughout the office, he kind of began to hearing a lot of buzz about John Byrne, particularly his Superman, which has been getting a lot of press, like a lot of goodwill, not only towards audiences but press. Life and Time magazine started reporting on the run. And it all came from John Byrne's idea of he wanted to bring Superman back to what he was in the Golden Age. A very a heroic symbol of justice that it's a heroic symbol of justice for for true justice in the American way, not how he was in the Silver or Bronze Age, where he was basically a Swiss Army knife. And so around the same time, just like Ninjato said, Frank Miller was also in the process of writing The Dark Knight Returns. Which for a while now, like, because Dennis O'Neil was actually writing on both Detective Comics and Batman around that time, and Dennis tried to influence the DC offices, try to get Batman back on track after all the constant reimaginings and revisionisms of his character. And with Frank's help, he was able to get that done. Of course, a lot of The Dark Knight Returns has its critics, and I understand it's not to many tastes, but it's along with Year One. It was a definitive way to get Batman back to what he was known for, and that was detective.
In Gritty Street, I would say, based on. Oh, we lost Nick. What happened to Nick? What happened to her?
I'm contacting him right now. I'm waiting for a response.
Right. This is like third episode. Everything goes to crap.
Everything goes to crap once you invite the Asian.
No, it's like pairing with Chris on 3. We can't. Don't tell me we're gonna can't get to 3 without. I'm sorry to interrupt, not, but
No, it's fine. I want Nick.
But the thing that I actually was gonna say before I realized Nick was not here, I would definitely want to cover Dark Knight Returns.
Me too.
Like that would definitely be a month of an episode dedicated to Dark Knight Returns, because I haven't read it, and like I have very little interest personally in reading it, but if I'm doing it for this podcast, I would definitely do it. But anyway, that's not. We're talking about Wonder Woman, not Batman.
Yeah, we're talking about Wonder Woman. So yeah, Dennis O'Neil got the leeway to take Bruce back to what he originally was. And then, of course, with these two developments, George Perez wondered about what about the third person in that big lineup? What about Wonder Woman? What is her fate going to be? And so he went up to Janice Race, who was a very big, was very she was a notable editor in CC at the time. She mainly worked with Greg Potter, which you'll in a second here I will tell you about. And he asked her, "What is the deal with what's the deal with Wonder Woman?" And it's like, well, with the reboots, all the reboots taking place, she and Greg Potter have been brainstorming ideas to reintroduce Diana into the DC universe. And so George Perez is thinking this is a great this is a great time to maybe try to get on a Wonder Woman book, which he always wanted to do. The only time he ever touched Wonder Woman was Crisis, in which he had to unfortunately devolve her. And so he asked if he can have a chance to co-script it with Greg Potter, because of course he's picked up a bit of co-scripting with when working with Marv on Teen Titans and Infinite. And so
Fear sucks ass, man.
Oh.
Oh no, oh no, Hades. No, Ares was trying to hack your computer.
I
telling you
understand
xenomorphs have.
I understand you're joking. I am not in a good mood.
Oh, okay. All right.
What is everything all fine, Nick?
It is now. I'm in.
Okay. So it's like right now let me be. Is like he asks Janice, let me be the big profile name on the book that will help you attract some readers. And she's like, oh yes, that'd be great. And so with that said, George Perez wanted to kind of take things, just like with Superman and Batman, to take things back to basics, which is saying a lot for a character like Wonder Woman, who's been having a lot more of an identity crisis than the first two characters I mentioned.
Yeah, and it continues to this day.
Yes. Before this, in the Silver Age, Wonder Woman lost her powers.
Oh.
because her Amazon family, the Amazonians, were moving on to a new realm without her, and she didn't want to leave the realm she didn't want to leave the realm of man because Steve is there. So she had to lose her powers, and then she learned from an old Chinese man called I Train, which is the most just the most unsubtle thing I've ever heard.
Is it would you say it's racist? No, I'm joking, but it's just you just mentioned Wonder Woman's being trained by an old Chinese guy. It's like, okay.
Isn't that the time where she becomes a fast food worker?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it was during that time. Yes.
What did old Chinese guy make her work for a fucking Panda Express?
No, she was just working at a burger joint.
Diana, flip burger faster. Diana, you become strong warrior when you wipe clean in grill. Wipe up, wipe down, wipe up, wipe down. You're not Mr. Miyagi. Too bad I am now, Diana. This is your training.
Who are you? Are you Mr. Splinter?
Hold on, I gotta do mine. Dude, you're so right. You take bicycle, make delivery. You did very fine, but in the event you lose powers, you bicycle or delivery girl. I am not delivering your Chinese food on a bicycle. What? A bicycle. Not head. A bicycle. You're right, bicycle.
I just love. I'm sorry. I just love the idea of just Wonder Woman being trained by some old Chinese guy. I would read a Wonder Woman comic run like that if it was just straight up Wonder Woman and a comic book, but it's just retelling of the Karate Kid with Diana.
I kind of now want to see a story where this would be like an anime version of Wonder Woman, where it's still Wonder Woman stories, but the subplot is that she meets Steve Trevor or whatever love interest when she was a fast food worker. And so you have anime hijinks involving her working at a fast food while being a superhero.
Steve Trevor accidentally peeks at Wonder Woman when she's changing by complete accident, and she goes "Baka, idiot!" and she hits him.
Steve Trevor, remove the towel. Remove the towel. She spotted me. And he's just holding like a little piece of cardboard.
No. Steve Trevor has to be the dumb anime protagonist who freaks out at the sight of boobs. But so essentially.
Diana was just a kung fu master during that part of the Silver Age. And then
wait, what?
All of a sudden,
wait! Are you serious? I was fucking joking about her being a fucking Karate Kid.
That's what happened. No, that's what happened.
That is amazing. Please, Ninjato, if we can we read that? Can we read that Wonder Woman run? I want to see Wonder Woman Karate Kid.
We will in the future. After we're done with the Perez run, we'll be doing Bionicle. I know that. If it falls in February, we're gonna do a wedding issue for a special. And then the next run is gonna be Captain Marvel. we're gonna cover Captain Marvel by Jim Starlin.
All right.
And then it's gonna be a while, but yes, we will cover the story where Wonder Woman becomes a kung fu master, and if that happens, I will try to hire somebody, like let's hire waistcoats or some, or where she does a picture of Wonder Woman with Poe training with Poe in kung fu.
Jack Black. That's Jack Black's character. Poe becomes a kung fu master and trains Diana. Diana, bring me rice balls. I
know,
get
that-
one rice balls.
You know what? That would be part of the Wonder Woman anime, where there's an arc where she has to learn kung fu to battle Eastern inspired enemies.
Cheetah gets possessed by an Eastern god.
Yeah, and thus is too powerful because she knows kung fu, and so she must learn the way of another martial arts, and she trains under learning the forbidden technique and has to battle Kuma.
The forbidden technique.
Okay, yeah, but we're continuing getting off the rails. Yeah, episode 3, everyone. This is where we're all going insane.
Yes. So it's like that happens. Everything is confusing after a while. It takes Gloria Steinem of all people to talk. I forgot what his name was, but he was going to do a 6-part story involving a fight, and the fight's going to end in an abortion clinic.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Oh my goodness!
What?
Okay, there are several things that were just, that whole phrase right there was just a giant fucking punch in the face. What?
Man, this is like so. Yeah, so
Wonder Woman tackles Roe v. Wade.
hey, well, based on the reception of Wonder Woman 1984, it seems perfectly in line too.
Oh god.
You guys wonder why DC wanted to reboot their continuity.
Yes, I clearly, especially with, like, Wonder Woman definitely needs a hard reboot.
So I'm just imagining now, because some fan of that Wonder Woman run he watches Wonder Woman 84. This is the Wonder Woman I know. Where's the part where she tackles Roe v. Wade?
Where's the part where she's doing kung fu moves? What? It is set in 84. So right in the middle of all this insanity.
So she's like, to kind of end this really quick. End the whole background discussion on Wonder Woman. So Bronze Age kind of hits. She more or less because feminists were like, wait, why the hell is this all happening? Why isn't she in her costume or has superpowers? What the hell is going on?
Oh, she didn't even have her powers at the time. Oh yeah, that's right. So wait, so was her becoming the Karate Kid supposed to, I guess, replace her powers?
Yes.
Was that also the time where her costume was more wearing like normal street clothing?
Yes.
Oh, so basically she became Black Canary.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, that was before Perez decided to. So
yeah, that was before. Like, really quick, when we got to the Bronze Age, they tried their best to get Diana on track. That didn't exactly work out. Although the ending to her original timeline had her marrying Steve Trevor. So it did end, pre-crisis did end on a decent note for Diana.
Okay.
So
now So we're going to talk about now the way we're doing more topical this time. So let's talk about the main character, of course, like the title character,
Yes.
Diana. So the biggest thing that was a shocker to me, and that's why people who have been watching, why on earth is there a Red Sox background? Well, one, I am from the New England, so I definitely am like I am, even though I'm not much into sports. If I am into sports, yes, Boston is what I'm gonna root for. But two,
You root for the
Wonder
inferior
Woman
Sox.
in this reboot
Yes.
is basically the DC hero of Boston.
Yes.
Boom!
Is Wonder Woman gonna start speaking Italian soon?
No, she would be more like going to the Irish bars and start drinking, and she will be like replacing her ERs with A's and with an A with the ERs.
Wonder Woman's flying. When she touches down onto the Boston airport, there's just a bunch of beer bottles.
well, that's if you're in the Irish, but she would, based on her thing, she would spend most of her time in college universities and hospitals, and be with the upper elite.
All right.
But anyway, so what do you guys think of her characterization in this reboot?
I mean, it's Wonder Woman. She's there's a very heavy emphasis on, I guess, her lack of knowledge of the world. They're trying to portray her as very innocent and kind of naive as well. A little more on the naive part, but she's also, it's a very innocent, naive Wonder Woman who is kind of, well. The thing is, she's not. I wouldn't say idealistic, really, because for the most part, in the beginning, she's just literally, okay, I'm just doing whatever the gods tell me to do. I'm doing this because the gods told me to. I'm doing this because the gods told me to. And then after all said is done, shit, what do I do now? What's my mission? Gods, hey, Zeus, Hermes, what's my mission? You're not gonna tell me? What's my mission, guys? Oh, okay, I guess I'm all alone now.
It's
How about you, Nick?
I don't really have anything negative to say. I just don't really have anything to say.
I feel like Wonder Woman didn't really have too much agency to her character.
Yeah.
It definitely felt like, because again, like I said, like it felt more like just I'm doing this because the gods told me to.
Yeah.
Like in the Wonder Woman movie, both Wonder Woman movies, she had a lot more agency in what she did
Yeah.
with her actions. Like she willingly wanted to go to, the world of men to help them and all that, and stop Ares and stuff. But here it's I was told to stop Ares.
I can see where you're coming from. The way I kind of see it with this first arc, is that it was definitely felt like reading a traditional Greek story of like a hero's journey, where you have like, she's literally alone in this island of women. She has like this miraculous background, and then she's sent on a quest to stop that involves like an artifact, and then in this case she has like a big scale stopping Ares from nuking the world.
Yeah.
Literal nuking the world,
uh,
and basically convince him of the most obvious problem, which makes sense because Ares is just like so focused on like, yes, I will overthrow Zeus with war.
yeah. I mean, we're gonna talk more about Ares later, but like I will say I do like the characterization of Ares here.
You like him or you don't like it?
I like him.
Oh yeah,
Especially how Wonder Woman defeated Ares. I like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that we'll get into more into the next section. But one of the things I loved about this, and it was something. So I'd read a Wonder Woman comic before this one, which was part of Rebirth, specifically Volume 2, because Volume 2 was was that author's attempt to retell the Wonder Woman origin story.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the elements in that one, and which was prevalent in this one, was that Wonder Woman only spoke in ancient Greek at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, that.
Though the Rebirth comic cheated a bit of like how to explain why she learned English by having the lasso of truth give like a special ability to do it instead of she just learned it on the. It's like I understand like you on the surface level, it definitely felt like Wonder Woman is being guided to place to place to place. But based on like it's more like it's like the comic is also showing us what the gods are doing as well. They're like showing them having a major impact on the story. Like you're not just with Wonder Woman as she's experiencing the world in the story. You're also experiencing what is the female goddesses are doing with Hermes.
Mm-hmm.
Going on with them, and what are the Amazons doing, and what is Steve Trevor's storyline. Like there's a lot more moving parts that is going on that does take away some of Wonder Woman's agency, but it doesn't really detract from the overall point. Like Wonder Woman is still the main character and is the driving force. It's of the story. Like, yeah, Ares' plan, if Wonder Woman didn't show up, Ares' plans would have come to fruition. But it's because Wonder Woman showed up that a whole bunch of stuff happened.
I guess. I see where you're coming from. I guess. I never really said her not having agency was necessarily a bad thing. It's just something I did notice, and it. I don't know. Like that's just me personally. I guess it's a preference. I usually more preferred when characters have more agency of their own rather than they're doing something because a higher power told them so.
It was definitely like issue 8 was kind of depressing a bit when you see her getting depressed about humanity.
Well, I have my own takes on issue 8. Like I understand what they're going for, but I have my own thoughts on the execution.
Yeah.
So yeah. So based on your action, I do have like a section called bad issues. Issue 8 is that for me.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get more into issue 8.
Let's just first go to supporting cast. So I got like the 4 major ones that are in the human world that we get a lot more screen time. There is one other cast member of Michael. I couldn't find an image online quickly, so
Ah,
he's not there. But essentially, we have on the right, you have Steve Trevor, who in this continuity, in this reboot, he is way older than he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
And that definitely changed the dynamic between them.
Yeah,
He's
it's-
he's a lot more of a major here, so got a sense of there's a sense of experience with him.
Yeah, what do you guys think of the supporting cast in overall? Like, this is not just the human world. So, of course, we have Tipo, Themyscira. Of course, we got the gods.
uh-huh. I I definitely like the human cast. Steve Trevor, I think. Well, then again, we only read like 9 issues of this entire run, so but based on those 9 issues, there honestly really wasn't much to him until the climax of the Ares arc,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel given how much emphasis the gods keep telling Diana how important Steve is, he doesn't really feel important until the last minute when it's time to stop Ares.
Yeah.
That's just me. I think he could have had a little more to do with Diana. Honestly, like a lot of the most emphasis is with
Julia,
yeah, Julia, the professor.
which is on the way left. So,
Yeah, I mean, I like Julia. Don't get me wrong; she was great. She was a wonderful supporting cast member. I liked her, and but if I feel like I understand her purpose and why there's so much more emphasis on her, but it's kind of but that emphasis on her is kind of mostly because the plot. Well, I want to say the plot demands it, more like the way the plot works and the overall story is structured. She needs to have more emphasis.
yeah, well, with Julia, it's more of like because this, right?
Yeah,
Like, because Diana needed somebody to get her acquainted with the human world, right?
who can also understand ancient Greek.
Yeah, because that. And then because that, she is targeted by a villain. And that villain hurt Vanessa, her daughter, which is the image with the Wonder Woman, the teenage girl. So, and because that, she is driven to help Wonder Woman no matter the cut. And then because this. Like, and which definitely makes you connect with her more than Steve. Like, Steve does have that because line going on,
Well,
like a lot
yeah.
of the supporting cast, but
there's a lot more emphasis on Julia, and Steve was honestly just in the background until the climax of the story started ramping up, and that's when they really needed him.
I think it's because of the emotional connection was stronger with Julia than with Steve.
Well, there is that, but I also feel you could still have that strong emotional connection between Diana and Julia. I just feel Steve could have had a lot more to do with the story as well. I mean, he was a major factor. Don't get me wrong, but the thing is, he only really got to play out that role till it's like the climax of the story when they have to stop Ares.
Well, it didn't help that he was like unconscious or on the run. And,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel it's kind of a.
remember
feel
this
there's
arc,
a-
right? Like,
Mhm.
let's compare it to like the last episode. Last episode we covered
Captain
Captain Moore, and Captain Moore had a slightly smaller cast than this story, but it also had 12 issues to develop the story. This only had 6.
Also,
Like you
also
got.
there's. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I said we also have to put in the factor that the what do you call it? Not Brubaker. I forgot
Grinwald.
who wrote Grinwald. Yeah,
Grinwald.
Mark Grinwald. Grinwald was in Grinwald's run. Like that was firmly in Grinwald's run with Captain America, who is still who was an established character at that time. A lot of this right here with Diana was kind of trying to get all the building blocks in place.
Yeah, and plus, like, when we read Captain Moore, it was in the middle of everything. Like, there was a lot of setup before.
Right.
Yeah.
Stuff was like, in this one, we're at the beginning of a run. We're at the setting up pieces phase.
No, I completely understand that. Again, I just it's just more of a personal grievance. I feel, given how much the story is trying to tell us how important Steve is, they don't really focus a lot on Steve.
Most likely, we'll see more of him. I bet.
Well, I'm sure of that. It's just again like just how Steve is so is like entwined with your fate, Diana. You are destined. You two have a shared destiny and all that, and we only get to see him for like half of the issues of the Ares arc.
I think it also kind of hurts knowing that I wanted to leave this for later, but I guess now would be a good point. Kind of the main thing about Infinite Crisis was it wasn't really a way to get new people in. It was just a way to reorganize the entire universe. So, for instance, a lot of Batman stories that happened before the reboot with Year One, was still canon. It was just they were part of Earth One Batman. Like there was a canonization with it, and with a lot of including what they were hinting a lot with issue 8. It was really telling that this very much is a reboot of Wonder Woman, but it also is a continuation of the same character, just in a new world.
Yeah, that was issue 8. We're gonna delve deep into it, but that also delves into the supporting cast. Actually, my favorite supporting cast member, I forgot her image, but it was the press lady, PR lady.
I know what you're talking about.
Was her name wasn't her like Melinda something?
Yeah, but
Marilyn. I think that was
something Mayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mindy Mayer.
Mindy, that's her name. Yeah,
Mindy.
Like she was like it was a good idea with like the current like how on earth is Wonder Woman like popular? It's like, oh, she had a PR lady do a huge campaign about it all, and it's
short-lived campaign.
Yeah, because Wonder Woman was just gonna. I'm pretty sure they're gonna expand upon the stupidity of that in the next section we're gonna read. But seriously, hey, we're gonna do the message of peace. You only got like a weekend. You only got a year to do it. Hippolyta, you clearly don't know of how campaigns work.
I mean, to be fair, Hippolyta was more just concerned of, okay, more just getting Diana quickly back to Paradise Island Themyscira as fast as possible. Okay, fine, she's just pretty much told Diana, okay, fine, you could go out with your friends, yay, mom, but you have to be back by 10 o'clock. Oh, but mom, no if buts, back by 10 o'clock, missy. So, I mean, that's kind of Hippolyta right there.
Well, and also I like the PR lady. I hope we see more of her in the future, like when Diana returns to the man's world, and like patch up her relationship with over that misunderstanding with Cheetah.
Yeah, I like the idea. I like what Mindy's supposed to be representing. I just feel a lot of the execution, I feel, is kind of a missed opportunity, and I honestly, a lot of that kind of goes back to issue 8.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just focus on the next part. Of course, you got your villains. So these were all the villains. We had Ares, of course, the big bad of most of this story, and then we had his sons in the left corner, Phobios and Deimos. Deimos's plan was make a cult of Ares.
Deimos' whole thing was, we're gonna have a cult of Ares, and all those cult members also happen to be in high positions of military and government,
and then have them like declare war on each other
and nuke the entire world.
It's we're gonna redo the movie, or we're gonna redo War Games, but with Wonder Woman. Just
we're having the ending of 1980 Wonder Woman 84.
In a sense,
like this is this feels like, after seeing those the Wonder Woman movies, this is the combination of the first Wonder Woman movies in 84.
I could kind of see where you're going at. I don't necessarily agree entirely, but I understand where you're coming from.
Of course, there's like huge differences. Like this one, like again, Wonder Woman had a more Greek epic feel, where it was more focused on like the mythology of Greece and her in that realm, as opposed to Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman, like 84 was more like a 70s superhero movie, while the first Wonder Woman was Captain America: First Avenger.
In a sense.
Then we have Decay, who has the most horrifying power. Makes people grow old.
Oh god, I'm growing so old. It's Decay. Okay, what do we do for a villain? Okay, you remember that scene from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade where the guy drank from the wrong Holy Grail and he just grew old? Yeah, that's it. That's her whole shtick.
I know this is off topic, but you know how in the second Lego Indiana Jones game, they make the bosses the guy drinks of this Holy Grail, becomes old, and becomes like this swirling mess or tornado that you have to kill.
I love you, Nick. I love you. That I'm like, oh yeah. Here's a topic that is no way near.
We'd be talking about something. Zero Nick. Hey, you know what this reminds me of? Changus, pull up the Family Guy clip. Oh wait, we can't.
Yeah. All right.
Wait. I do have one other thing. It's slightly on topic because it does involve Decay. Decay versus the Transformers. Oh no! It's Bumblebee. Oh no, Decay! No! Why aren't you dying? Well, I'm already several thousand years old. This could take a while.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, unless it's revealed that her power is actually cosmic rust.
Cosmic Rust.
What was it called? Oh yeah. Again, to go a bit off topic. I still love the Lego Indiana Jones one boss fight. Where essentially it's just that you grab the Holy Grail, and then the Holy Knight starts to try to kill you. And I was like, whoa, where is this coming from?
Oh man, I thought you wanted us to choose the right one.
I need to get a stay on target button with you guys. It's like stay on target.
Ninjato, if you can, like if you can you edit in on the thumbnail of this video just a Lego Indiana Jones minifigure?
No, I already did work on maybe the next one. Maybe. Just maybe.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's get back on
for the next one, I'll have to make a reference to the guy who turns into a giant titan made out of the ants.
Oh, okay. Can we just continue? All right, back on topic.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Can we at least call this episode called Wonder Woman and the Lego Indiana Jones video games?
Ugh.
Hey, you wanted us on your show.
Yes, man. This is why I don't do it at 10. Don't want to do it at 10 because you guys go more loopy.
All right. Yeah, let's get on topic.
All right. So let's talk about the star of the show, like the big bad, like the one who has the biggest image. Like, yeah, we have an issue with Cheetah. It basically it was here's Cheetah, here's her shtick. She's hunting Wonder Woman specifically, and she had a fight with her, and we don't see her again. It's just set up. It was just a setup, her up.
The lasso of truth makes Cheetah think that the lasso of truth is actually a bottle of Aquafina. Cheetah's whole shtick. Aquafina, bitch! Now, it's super shit up.
So Ares. Like, Ares is basically the driving point. Without Ares, you wouldn't have Wonder Woman. You wouldn't have Never Scared. Because the whole plot is essentially a disagreement between Ares and the goddesses. Like, about how to retain the power of the Greek gods. And where the goddesses' idea was to make an island make the Themyscirans in this island, whose job is to lead mankind to worship the gods. While Ares' idea was that no, they have to learn to fear the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we got to the tragic history that led to the Themyscirans to be on their island all alone. Doing nothing.
Well, they weren't doing nothing per se, but like Themyscirans. Okay, okay, ladies. Athena are like the goddesses like Athena and all that are like, okay, ladies. Your job is to lead man. Tries to lead man. They end up getting pillaged, sacked, and essentially the Themyscirans get the Nanjing treatment.
Yeah. No, it's more like they became the elves after the war in heaven in 40K.
It's like, okay, hi mankind. We're Themyscirans. We're here. We're the Amazons. We're here to guide you. Get Nanjinged. Well, fuck you guys. And then the goddesses go, no, wait a minute, ladies. You're not supposed to say fuck you guys. That's not your purpose. But they Nanjinged us. Yeah, but you betrayed your purpose. So for that, it's your fault. What the hell,
yeah.
goddesses?
Well, yeah.
Well,
like, it's not victim blaming. Unless you thought that was what was happening here, Changus. But
Yeah, really, it's weird. Everything is like the goddess's fault. Like that's so funny. It's
I mean, to be fair, to in a sense, it is kind of like a Greek mythological story where everything is the gods' fault.
Yeah,
Like-
the gods are just like the worst enemies to themselves.
I'm surprised Wonder Woman. I'm surprised there wasn't a Wonder Woman story where she had to fight a villain who's basically his or her whole shtick is Zeus couldn't keep it in his pants.
I bet there's gonna be we're gonna encounter one, but like just imagine like really the ultimate Wonder Woman villain would be the r/atheism villain.
You
like
ringed?
like the Wonder Woman equivalent of Gord the God Butcher, but he's on a revenge quest because he got screwed over by the Greek gods, like his whole family line. And it's like
Shockwave burst through the door like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah, I heard you called for an atheist man.
If we ever encounter this during our reading, that will be the image of like the Kool-Aid man, but it's Shockwave battling Wonder Woman. Is like, it is me, Diana.
But like literally everything in this book is kind of the god's fault.
Whoa. I guess it is their fault because they keep trying to meddle too much in the affairs of man.
Without understanding them.
Yes, that's what causes sort of the stalemate between the Themyscirans and most of the outside world. Is that the Themyscirans, their entire purpose is, okay, we need to teach the humans that, the understanding and compassion and all that stuff, so that with this understanding of compassion, they can better enjoy the gods. And of course, Ares over there is like, no, screw you. I'm just gonna have a bunch of. I'm going to influence Zeus to have him try to conquer the Themyscirans to show that, the gods' will is through fear. That was the whole thing with Heracles.
And then so yeah, Heracles because Ares like, hey Zeus, no, fuck you, Artemis, Athena, and all those girls, yeah, no, they're retarded. No, listen, man, I'm telling you, if you make them fear you, they'll will be good. How do I make them fear me, Ares? Okay. So the Oracle gave me a vision of the future. Ever heard of something called Nanjing?
Man, Jake is obsessed with it.
What is Nanjing? Basically, a long story short, there is a special breed of humans called Asians, and there's also a bunch of variety of them, and they all hate each other for some reason. So there's a bunch of variants of a subspecies of humans. Yes. Do they at least eat normal food? No, the opposite.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, but I do like Ares was very compelling, like especially when he basically he got defeated by, seeing his own logic of like how he's just going to be alone and just fade away alone.
Yeah.
And
I really like that. How that whole Wonder Woman defeated Ares by just Wonder Woman didn't kill Ares or anything like all she did was just basically showed him with the lasso of truth the truth of what he's doing, and then and that's when you realize, huh, Diana, yes, Ares, am I the baddie?
yeah, yeah, and I like it how at the end he's just like, okay, I'm just gonna stop everything. You're gonna win, but here's the thing: you got to do your job. Otherwise, I'm gonna come back and fix your mess, and you don't want me to fix your mess. Like basically, he becomes the guy who gives her the mission. Like lead humanity, mankind, so that I don't have to come back. I want to have a nice. I want to chill in my castle. So you got to do your job, okay? You got to lead man into peace and harmony. Like my daughter, who got unfortunately screwed up because Zeus was a jerk.
Ares after Wonder Woman defeated him. I miss my wife Diana.
Yeah.
I miss her a lot. I'll be back.
Get my wife and I'll be back.
Yeah, and then Aphrodite is like, no, screw you.
That's it. I'm making war again.
No, I'm gonna find another one. Someone who's more faithful than you.
With blackjack and hookers.
All the hookers. Like, why did you think I was going for Themyscira? I wanted to get off.
Ares. Damn, I forgot the joke I was gonna make. It was gonna be like another Family Guy reference.
Oh my goodness. Okay. But, like, we're going off the rails. So, I think we will talk about issue 8, right? So we had issue 6 that ends the story with Ares. Issue 7 is basically supposedly setting up a new status quo with Wonder Woman. And then essentially issue 8 is an abridged series by through letters.
Yeah.
And
wasn't too big on that.
Like, I didn't mind the letters. They were like very fun reading the characters and and then they put in cursive.
Oh, that's the cursive is what broke you.
Yes, because I can read. It takes cursive takes a long time to read.
Yeah, I flat out just skipped.
Yeah, I ended up having to skip right in the middle because cursive is like is a skill of reading. It looks pretty, right? It looks pretty, but
word of advice, future comic book readers: don't put fucking essays in your comic book.
Like, I don't mind journal entries. Okay, I don't mind essays or journal entries and stuff. Make it readable.
I'm just surprised. That's what's bothering you.
Well, I couldn't physically read it.
Well, my whole thing with issue 8 was I didn't like the whole idea in general of the letter of the telling the story through like letters and stuff. Because comic books is a visual medium, right? And then here you're mostly reading like words when it's a visual medium. Like I understand you it's a book, you gotta read still, but like there's the whole point of it is you read while also looking at the artwork and the images, and here it was, but it's like I'm reducing it down a lot, right? I'm reducing the art of comic book down to like, but even though there's so much more going on with it, but like when I read a comic book, I don't want to. Basically, I just don't like the idea of just reading a comic book and then here's a letter. By the way, it's like a whole essay, and that's kind of, that alone I'm not too big on. And then the other thing was they used that whole issue with those letters to explain essentially how Diana's mission is going instead of showing it. It's like, oh, by the way, Diana met the Justice League, and so there was that. Well, that could have been nice to see instead of just reading it through your diary entry. So
And
that's
and this is how like her joy in life just got sucked away. Of
there's a lot of stuff going on there that you could have expanded on in like maybe several more issues at the very maybe like 5 issues or like a couple more. Like there's plenty of issues that you could have made out of that whole issue 8 thing with the journal entries, but they didn't, and then
and then they had a subplot with of like just setting up for the next issue, right?
yeah,
Uh,
they had a subplot setting up Cheetah, but
you know, it was kind of weird when I read like when Barbara with Barbara Minerva had that slave, her assistant. What was annoying me was not that the fact that it was like, you know, a black servant. It was that he was still in like tribal gear. Like still in like he's still from Africa, like in the 80s.
Oh, I didn't realize the guy was an African.
Either
Wow.
Africa or India. Like one of those like
Wow, I was so busy not seeing race, I couldn't see the slavery.
Yes.
I love it.
Now, do you have what was your least favorite issue?
It would have to be 8. Like yeah, I'm in total agreement because it really feels like this should have been a series of vignettes where we saw Diana not only witnessing like fully witnessing parts of the world of man, not only because she is only because Ares is now gone, but because she really wants to. This is her one and first passion after completing her mission, and just to watch. I think it could have been one of the most interesting things is watching how a lot of it goes against her expectations and sometimes goes against her ideals.
Yeah.
Really set up this thing is like, well, do I feel like I can't? Am I confident enough to be a champion to these people?
Do I want to be a superhero?
Like, because she said herself she doesn't want to be. Like she doesn't want to be in costume. She wants to be herself. She doesn't want to hide behind the name like Diana Prince. So,
yeah.
It's interesting stuff.
Sorry.
It's just no. It's fine. It's just I wish there were scenes. Just the minimalist storytelling is really apparent.
It could be that George Perez was like because I heard in like one interview that George Perez, like especially near the end of his run, was having a hard time with deadlines.
Yes. It could be because he wanted to take because he was still the artist around the time. He didn't stop becoming the artist. I think until around like Wonder Woman number 50. So.
Actually, it was actually 65. 65 was his last issue.
65, yeah. Like 65 was his last issue as an artist. And so, knowing him, I know he was trying to cut corners as he can so that he wouldn't have to keep penciling issues and keep writing.
Yeah. So
while writing them.
Yeah, and so before we're gonna head out, we actually are going with some couple covers. So I'm right. Both you, Nick, and you not love this cover.
Yes, it's a great cover. It's just the presence of Ares as an overtowering figure over Diana. It's old school. It's old school awesome.
It's my book now.
It's my book, and look, I have a nuclear explosion behind me.
This isn't Wonder Woman anymore. This is Ares.
Yeah, and then your favorite cover that you showed me was number 2.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I admit I chose this one just to break it up. I don't want to, because I do like the other cover too, but it's like, yeah, but it kind of, like, I don't want to be like, oh, we all chose this one, and like I guess part of it was because I wanted to try to be unique, but I still like this cover though. I like the flaming skull, like trying to choke out Steve. I just like the whole thing was
Why is Nicolas Cage trying to choke Steve Trevor?
Oh my goodness.
I just like the whole thing of like Steve like trying to struggle, and then, oh shit, who the fuck is that flying lady? What is that, like a golden rope thing? What's she gonna do? Is she gonna lasso my plane like a fucking horse?
Oh yeah, I forgot that like Hephaestus hammered a rope.
Yeah, he took the Gaia's fleece. Well, Gaia's girdle, and it's like, oh, here, I'll create a magical weapon of the gods. That's what makes lasso truth so important.
Yeah, how do we turn this metal into rope? Only with my magic hammer. Wait, no. He had access to video. He was acting like he's in a video game.
Hephaestus saw that one episode of SAO Bridged.
Yeah, but yeah, this is a good cover, and I would say this for me, this was like in my top 3. Like I would say this. It would be safe that this is like the overall best cover of this portion of the reading.
Yeah, I do like that cover too.
I do like the first cover too, like the cover of issue 1, a classic cover. But this is like awesome. But my personal favorite covers is like that's like issue 9.
Those two covers were actually like my second options.
Yeah,
to go for.
Issue 9 is like a great way to say this is a Cheetah ish. This is our introduction to Cheetah. Like having her scrape a Wonder Woman and you see full blown Cheetah. And by the way, Cheetah does look good. Like surprising.
Yeah.
I like long hair,
Yeah,
like the long volume hair Cheetah. And Wonder Woman looks great too. Like the art looks fantastic. I would like overall. And then this one. This was the first time I kind of recognized like, oh, we're getting good covers here, because it's like she's fighting, and then you have Julia and Vanessa in the background. Vanessa is like, aged up to like near old in there, and like the house is destroying. Like it's just like a classic comic book cover of like, here's a fight going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like on that. Like, okay, so what's your second?
My second pick was going to be issue number 4, because it is an homage cover.
Oh.
It's I think it's Extraordinary Tales number 7, a very old horror/science fiction comic that was around before DC was DC.
That's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, like that. That was going to be my second, but it's like Ares T-posing over Diana. I need to do it.
Yeah.
Ares asserts his dominance.
You will be my wife.
Diana, I am more than just a god of war. I am the ultimate life form. A gamer.
Yeah.
Wait,
So-
Ares! If I was given life by Aphrodite, your ex, does that make me your stepdaughter? I'm Greek!
So what would you give a rating for this entire art? This portion.
Right,
Like
right
on
now, I'd give it a solid 7.
So like we're doing like on a scale of 10.
Yeah, do a scale of 10.
Like the first like 6 issues were, and while I do have my little gripes with them, they're ultimately fairly solid. So that's like 7, and then it kind of slowed down after that, but it was still okay. But issue number 8 was really a drag. But I liked, but it did kind of pick up again with Cheetah. But like overall, it's like it's nothing extraordinary. I liked it, but like and I especially liked the whole climax with Ares, how they beat him. That was great. I really liked that idea, how you beat Ares like that.
Yeah.
But overall, like it's good. It's just like 7 out of 10.
I gotta give it a 6 just because it's solid, but it just feels like it's just going through the motions.
Man, I would actually give this an 8. Like issue 8 is the only really bad issue. Like, in my opinion. And you have that fantastic ending with the first arc, and then you get like a setup for the status quo. And like clearly where we were in like a mini, like a couple not even one shots, like a little arc to set up what's gonna be the 4-parter coming up. And like I could definitely see how this run is gonna be. I can see the pieces are being set, and looking forward to seeing where the team takes us, to seeing what will happen to Wonder Woman. On that, maybe it depends on what the future arcs. If it remains the same as this one, I would definitely bump it down to like a 7. But just seeing as like the beginning of something, I'm rating it as the expectation that it's going to be better as it goes on.
Okay.
Because that's what I'm getting the impression. What people say is like, this is a great, like the definitive Wonder Woman comic book run. It's going to be sad if it turns out by the time we're done with it, or even if we just decided to stop reading it in the middle, that it's like, yeah, it's not as good as people think it is.
I'm just judging it based on those issues alone as it is. Like it's,
Yeah.
I would say, like, I don't want to sound negative, but like me personally giving it a 7 is kind of a bit generous on my end. As it is alone, like Like it's solid, and then after that, it kind of tapers a bit, and then issue 8 was just a huge drag, and then issue issue 9 was it was solid too, but like oh that's it for Cheetah. Okay.
I got a question. If we ended the reading at issue 6, would you be in a better mood?
I don't.
Mm,
I think my rating would still stand in this because okay, so like there's a point at one point where it's like where Diana says she's grown to care about Julia and her family. Problem is, we don't really get to experience like we're kind of told that she starts like caring about like Julia and stuff, but like it feels like we weren't given enough to actually believe it because really she just met all these guys like this morning.
maybe if there was maybe if there was more emphasis on Diana's character having a bit more agency,
That could also help.
maybe they'll have more of an impact.
Honestly, if the arc was like a 12-issue arc and things were developed more, I would definitely give this a higher rating. As it stands, I don't think I could give it as high as I already do. And I'm also being generous.
All right.
I think if it did end on the 6 issues, I think I'll still give it a 7.
Well. Any last words about this?
No, not really. Like despite my grading, I still say it's a solid run. If you want to read it, go ahead. Check it out. I say so.
I'm not saying I hate this run. Far from it. It's just that I want this to be better because I'm still not on. I'm still at the point where if you told me that this was like considered the best Wonder Woman run, I would be like, I could probably do a bit better. I'm at the point where they haven't proved to me that this is the best Wonder Woman run yet.
All right.
Not you guys.
Also, I'm waiting for that my Chinese food from her bicycle.
All right.
Not you got anything to say? Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
No,
They
I was
got
not.
they got him.
No.
Hello. Hello. Yeah.
Not.
So,
No, you got any final thoughts?
so yes. I thought I was talking right now, but it's like it's a beginning, and less often do beginnings tend to you know tend to shake up everything and so right now we're in the middle of moving into a new dorm, and I say I like this. I like the Ares arc. It was a decent little read with a great ending. And I think as much as I read with Cheetah and understand her thing and why she wants the golden lasso, maybe there will be something, maybe there'll be something really great there. Future will only tell. But right now we're starting on a good foot, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, if you, it's a good book. You want to check it out? Go ahead. You know what else is a good book you should check out? Ninjaro, look at the private chat. Ninjaro. Ninjaro? Ninjaro! No! Oh no, we've lost him. Our game master is. This is all Harry's fault.
Aries.
Aries!
I was seeing a clip of
Yes, he got me.
Kratos yelling Aries.
Oh, thank goodness, Ninjaro, you're back. Oh, we thought Aries got you.
Yep. Okay. So, my final thoughts is that I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of this run is. It's kind of sad for me, just hearing, like me personally, just hearing that you guys didn't enjoy it as much as I did. But then again, maybe it's because I'm more into the mythology stuff. Like that's kind of like one of my personal jams is like, reading Greek mythology, like in my wheelhouse. And I'm looking forward to seeing where the rest of the run going. But I'm hoping that our first delve into a comic book run is going to be a great run overall.
Yeah.
Because that it's just like, oh no, this is going to be more disappointing with comics. But
I mean,
but yeah, we're going to do a bigger portion reading. Next episode, we're doing 14. We're doing 10 to 24.
It's 14 issues. Okay.
Yeah, we need to catch up. That's the thing. It's like I want to get this series done by the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
That's my goal.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't have any more stuff going on. But anyway, for all your viewers, I hope you all enjoyed this. When this gets posted, if you like the show, please leave a like and a comment. And of course, subscribe. Of course, like all that fun stuff. And also, read the comics. Like I try to set up a reading list in the description so that you guys can read along with us. This is kind of what I kind of want to do. Is like this. The idea of the show is that it's not just us exploring the comics. We get a whole bunch of new readers into comics. So, yeah. So I will say, have a good night, everyone. See ya.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I guess go check out the books you read, but Joe, check the private chat real quick, cause
I did. I don't want to do it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yep.
Oh well. Okay then. In that case, then yeah. Have a good night or good day or whatever you watch this. I don't know.
All right. Bye.